Our government is committed to ending the ongoing national tragedy of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. We thank the Commission for its work in identifying systemic causes of violence against Indigenous women and girls and for their substantive recommendations on a path forward. Our job now is to develop a national action plan to implement the recommendations in partnership with First Nations, Inuit and Métis governments and organizations, survivors and families. We must all work together to end this ongoing national tragedy, and Canadians should expect no less.
The final report of the inquiry into missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls talked about the roots of this violence, the misogyny, the racism, and the social economic injustice. It calls on us to accept our history of colonial past. Will the Prime Minister join me in acknowledging this injustice against Indigenous women, girls, and the 2S LGBTQIA community, and commit to working with the Indigenous community in implementing these recommendations, including sweeping reforms to the justice system, healthcare, well-being, and rural transit?
Hear, hear.
Honourable Minister of Indigenous Services.
Mr. Speaker, we all owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to the survivors and family members who shared their painful memories and stories with the Commission, often putting their own health at risk in order to do so. And in the coming weeks, we'll be announcing our initial response to the final report, as well as a process and first steps to formally develop a national action plan. This plan will build on the efforts our government is already taking to address this ongoing national tragedy, including reforms to child and family services that recognizes the inherent rights of Indigenous peoples, and investments in women's shelters, housing, education, and safety on the highway of tears.